Hi there, Scorpios, and welcome to part two of your monthly December reading. Okay, how to make two parts. Oh, alrighty. So yeah, I had to make two parts because I ran out of space. But either way, you got part one, you got part two. So we left off with part one with talking about traveling and that fire and that passion that you've started and created with this new person, possible soulmate connection. Okay. um and full moon energy is still shining light on this situation, on this uh connection here. Okay, so anytime you're feeling like you need to be superstitious about how your mother, this could be your literal mother or someone who represents a mother to you, is making you feel, you have to just remember, like, at the end of the day, like, you are your own person, and there are other uh, people out there that can help you work through this, okay, and shine light on this situation here and this connection here. Okay, so let's explore this motherly situation here where you can feel like if you're not doing exactly what she says, then you might be bringing bad luck or something to your life. Okay, we have here the Queen of Coins. Okay, mature, successful, practical. Okay, this is the grandmother here with her granddaughter. Okay, um, and then wicked, possessive, manipulative. Yeah, so I do see that as a grandmother role here. Okay, this again is talking about generational mother-daughter relationships and curses that were passed down from mother to daughter to mother to daughter. Okay, so um you, I feel like, saw your grandmother, now we all have two grandmothers, right? So I feel like for you, you saw your grandmothers as mature, successful, and practical women in their own right, in the fact of that they were career oriented or that they were just financially well off. Either way, they were successful and mature in their own practical way that made sense to them. However, on the flip side of that, you have wicked, possessive, and manipulative. Okay, now that's where that you saw that when it came to mother. So your grandmother treated your mother a certain way. She treated her wickedly. She was very possessive of her money and wealth and didn't share it. And I feel like she also, one of your grandmothers traveled a lot and never, like, invited your mother along, or never invited you and your mom along, and she just, like, only, like, was invested in herself, and she was never invested in anyone else. Okay, specifically her daughter and her granddaughters. Okay, I also feel like she was very manipulative with her emotions. Like, she always played the victim and she never took ownership or responsibility for her own actions, and that's very manipulative. Okay, but for you, you tried to look at the situation from a mature stance, a practical way, as like, oh well, she's just career oriented. Oh well, she just, likes material things. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being career oriented. There's nothing wrong with wanting, fancy shoes. But when you are a mom or a grandmother and you're not sharing that wealth with your daughter and your granddaughters, it's causing a little bit of a chaotic resentment break in the relationship, because you're basically saying you value money and wealth and your career over your actual relationship with your daughter and your granddaughters. And that's very painful and hurtful, because life isn't supposed to be about how much money we make. Life is supposed to be how many good, well meaning, loving, kind connections we make, because we can take those memories and those connections with us long after we leave this world in a spiritual sense. Okay, and that can feed our soul and nurture our mind, bodies, and souls, not just our pockets or our fancy pocketbooks, okay, or bank accounts. But yeah, we'll get into more of that in a second. So that's why you have the Queen of Coins here, because for you, this is very, the Queen of Coins is very symbolic to a queen of her own making. Okay, a queen who makes her own worth, her values her own self-worth. Okay, but on the flip side of that, it can mean also just like very superficial and wicked. I mean, someone who only values money and doesn't value relationships, that is a wicked person, okay? Someone who's possessive over their wealth, okay? Now, that isn't to say anyone, there's no one, that isn't to say it all solely falls on the mother or the grandmother, okay? It can also fall on the father and the grandfather as well. This is a double like jeopardy when it comes to family curses as far as like relationships between children and their parents, okay? Grounded, successful business empire, okay? That's on the positive side, okay? King of Coins. On the flip side, you have corrupt, greedy, and materialistic. Same as the grandmother, right? And the grandfather, okay? This is a man who, you know, he tried to stay grounded. He tried to be successful. He tried to create a business empire. I feel like for you, this is both grandfathers. One grandfather in one certain type of business, and then another grandfather in another type of business. But either way, grounded, successful in business empire. Okay, they owned their own businesses. They made their own wealth. But on the other side of it, you have corrupt, greedy, materialistic. They were corrupt, they were greedy, they were materialistic. They didn't share their wealth with their children. They hid their wealth. They were materialistic, okay? They were of that mindset, like, go create your own thing and you're not going to even get any help from me. Like, no. That's very selfish. That's like bah humbug Scrooge right there, right? Remember how Scrooge, he became very selfish, and even though he had his own wealth, he didn't want to share it with his only nephew because he was just being really petty and greedy and materialistic, and he didn't even want to give his one employee that did all the work for him and kept all the books even a little slight bit of a raise. It only took him being visited by 3 ghosts to actually wake up and be like, oh, maybe I should be nice, right? For you, that is something that has been instilled in you to this day. It's like, oh, my parents and my grandparents, they weren't like willingly, freely giving out me money when I needed it, right? Not even just like because money's great and we go shopping, but just like basic necessities like shelter and food and water and clothing, right? And heat. And a car, right? Those things are just basic necessities of human life, okay? And the parents and the grandparents did not even care about that. They were like, go and try and attempt to get that yourself without starting out with like $0, okay? Just watch that show Amazing Race, and you'll see that if you come in last place, then you have to start the next challenge on like $0 or less money than everybody else, right? If you place first, you get the most amount of cash to travel and try to attempt to get to the million. But if you come in last, you get nothing, right? And then you have to go and ask people to be nice to you and just kind, general, like niceness, right? Out of human niceness, right? To just help you get a ride to the airport or whatever, right? So take that, but like in your family literally playing a game of like, oh, well, you're my kid, but I'm gonna start you out with 0, okay? Go find shelter now, get out of my house, right? Like, go find food without any help, without any resources other than your voice and your legs, talking and walking. Like, that is that in a game setting where it's like a challenge, an American like race, Amazing Race challenge game setting, that's funny, that's fun, that's creative, that's like cool and just amusing and entertaining, and but when it comes to your children, stop playing games with your children. Stop starting that curse with your children. Like, you know, as a mom myself, I'm never going to be like, get out of my house, go, here's $0, go try to make it in the world. I'm never going to do that because that's insane. That's like literally asking for your child to end up in a very terrible situation. Okay? So that's just not loving. That's just not caring. That's not nurturing. That's not mother archetyped at all. Okay? That's just pure evil. So this is what happened here. Okay? Your parents had parents who were like, here's $0, go try to make it for yourself, we're not going to help you. And then they thought, oh, well, let's do that to our kids because our parents did that to us. That started a generational curse. Okay, so as you think about having your own children, or maybe you already do have your own children, or even just friends or family, people you consider family, don't cause that pattern with them. Don't do that with people. Like, especially, this really specifically pertains to you and your children and your connection with them, and just having that human natural compassion, because like in the Amazing Race game, the people who came in last place and didn't have luck on their side that day, had to like ask a stranger for like $5 just to get a cab ride to the next challenge, the airport or whatever. And it was only through like just general kindness and human decency, and just the power to share and care about another human being in their time of need, that they were like, yeah, here's $5, good luck, hope you win the million, remember me when you win the million, right? So that's what I'm saying here. Like, you don't know who you're paying it forward to. You don't know who you're helping. You could be giving $5 to this stranger in a challenge so they could win $1 million, and then a week later you could win the lottery. You don't know. Like, the universe works in mysterious ways. So don't cause that like karmic break in good karma for yourself if you're not going to be nice to someone else. Yeah, Luna, and all that. Also, temperance here, okay? Balance, harmony, perspective, imbalance, extremes, lack of perspective. Yeah. So I feel like for you, you have balance and harmony and perspective on this situation. I feel for a lot of you, you did have to battle these other opinions of people that are just not creative like you. They don't have that ability to think past their own nose. They're extremists. They're imbalanced. Their chakras are not aligned. Okay, you have to stay clear of these people, even if they are your parents, even if they are your grandparents, even if they are relatives. Dang. All right, how to get some meditation energy. But yeah, so like, it's so important for you to just remember that, because that is honestly the divine quality within you. That is allowing a deeper sense of peace to fill you, because you are tempering out yourself, and you are balancing yourself, and you are in harmony with yourself, and you are getting clear perspective. Okay, you're a very creative person. You might like fashion, you might be into designing, and like art, and just creative person in general. So that being said, like, these people, these parents, these grandparents, the reason why they were so materialistic and so possessive and so like just jerks about money and wealth and sharing that with their own freaking children is because they were never in balance. They were never in a clear perspective. They were never in harmony with the true essence of being a harmonious, beautiful being. Okay, they were always letting money dictate how they acted and how they saw the world. Okay, and temperance here is so important because it tempers out the imbalances, and it makes it and shifts everything into alignment. Okay, and we also have here the High Priestess card. Okay, as well, you are a High Priestess. Okay, you are very intuitive. Trust your intuition, trust your instincts, trust where they are leading you. Sacred knowledge, divine feminine, unconscious mind. Okay, this is about you looking into yourself and saying, I have the wisdom I need to fulfill my purpose in life. And even though it might not always come to me in the most subtle of ways, I still can trust my instincts and my gut and follow that in times of doubt. Okay, and then on the flip side, you have repressed intuition, doubts, and betrayal. Yeah, your grandma might have been betrayed at some point. Her intuition might have led her astray. It's very possible she could be just not channeling her High Priestess energy. Like, if she's still in her own little world and refusing to openly admit, like, oh, I have a daughter, I have a granddaughter, oh, let me talk to them, let me love them, let me care for them, let me incorporate this mother energy into my life and share it with my children. She's not doing that because her intuition is off. Her High Priestess energy is off. It's probably been off for years, honestly. She probably was betrayed. She probably is a very doubtful person. She probably literally is just stuck in a dark mindset. And the only way she finds happiness is through materialistic things. She doesn't find happiness through human connection. Okay. And that's what she is. That's how she is. Okay. But you respect your intuition. When your intuition is saying, don't do that, let's try this instead, you listen to it and you say, oh, okay, I need to do that. Okay, so remember that energy when you are feeling lost and confused and you're surrounded by women, specifically mothers, grandmothers, women in your family that do not trust their intuitions, that do not listen to their gut feelings, that they just are guided through money, 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 and that's all that matters in life. And they will backstab, they will betray, they will hurt because they will feel like their money is being threatened when it's really like, I'm not trying to get money from you. Like maybe just like hanging out. If that cost money to hang out with you and you don't want to invest in hanging out, then I don't know what to tell you. Like you're thinking too much about money, not thinking about the time and quality of the connection. And it's just money, money, money instead of love and laughter and happiness. And yes, we live in a world where those things cost money, like going and seeing a movie or getting popcorn or going out to eat. Those things are fun. But if it's like, oh, if the price of going to see a movie or buying a birthday card is too high for you in your bank account, it's going to take a huge hit off a $1 birthday card, then I mean, you're a materialistic person and you're not a great person. You're a bah humbug Scrooge. So I don't want to be around you. Okay. And that's fine because that person's not being a high priestess. That person is not being a divine being. Okay. They're being a bah humbug Scrooge. So it's okay to stay away from those people, even if they're related to you. You don't want to let materialistic people into your atmosphere because they're materialistic, because they're toxic, they're materialistic because they're not intuitive and channeling high priestess energy, and it's not your job to fix them even if they are related to you. So you don't need to try to fix people who are related to you just because they're related to you. You need to love yourself and take care of yourself. And if you have children, those are parts of you. They're like parts of your soul, basically. And if you are spending too much time worrying about what other people think and not spending enough time taking care of the parts of you that are important to you, then you're going to lose touch with your intuitive self and you're going to be stuck and warped into their betrayal and their delusions and their darkness and their dark energy, and you're going to have to spend all your time trying to get them to see the light and not even spend time nurturing yourself that's already seen the light, that's already felt the warmth and love and embrace of beauty and happiness. And it's not in money, it's in creating a beautiful space for you to exist in. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Anyways, Scorpios, I hope you enjoyed it. Love and light always. And if you want a soulmate reading, you can let me know in the comments below. Also, I will be doing a Christmas soulmate relationship game coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. Again, love and light always. And please just remember what's really important in life. It's human connection that's good and nurturing and loving. Not where's the money at? Let me go be with the people who made a lot of money. Just remember that this holiday season, okay? Love and light always. Bye.